The other day, I did a video breakdown of the most broken defensive item, arguably in Madden history. And I understand that that was a pretty expensive item.
That's expensive.
Now, today's video, I'm going to be breaking down an absolutely free, well, kind of free, you'll see what I mean, item that might be equally as impressive. That item is Super Bowl Chuck Howley. Now, this is an item that is absolutely free if you guys log into Madden Ultimate Team during the Super Bowl promo. In fact, they're going to give you two different items. One is going to be a Heinz Ward, and the other is going to be this Howley. Now, this Howley item is going to be powered up. Now, as you play through this field pass, you're going to get these upgrade tokens at level 5 as well as level 9, and you're going to be able to go into the item that is in your binder or maybe in your lineup, and you're going to power them up. Now, what I've done here is I've gone up until the last token. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to throw my final token in, and then it's going to bring you to a point where this is the part where it doesn't become free anymore, but technically the item itself was given to you for free. You're going to need to select an item that is a 95 overall Super Bowl past champion. Now, that's a completely different discussion. I think it's kind of rancid that EA is making us spend 500 to 600K on a 95 overall card to put into another card to make it 95 overall, but that is the name of the game. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put in Warren Sapp. This is a card I'm not currently using. I would just recommend finding the cheapest one on the auction house and doing it that way, or maybe building one through a set slowly by sniping the pieces. Now, once you get to this point, what you're going to do is you're going to add in a Super Bowl lighted up token, the same one that I talked about in the Cam Chancellor video. You guys can actually unlock that at level 10. So once you get to level 10, you will go in and you will place this token back into the Chuck Howley card. And that is going to unlock his lighted up bucket. So when you take a look at the lighted up bucket, what are we going to do with our stack? Well, first things first, we are going to go over to the universal coverage lighted up X Factor. This is actually 1 AP, but it is well worth it. Allow me to explain. Universal coverage says improve coverage and catch knockouts in man and zone. So basically what this is, for those that don't remember last year, universal coverage is a combination of the one step ahead ability in man coverage, but also works as if it is flat zone, mid zone, and deep zone KOs at the same time. And unlike the Cam Chancellor item where we needed to go pay for a mid zone KO to make his dual threat ability break on ball, he's actually going to have those break on ball animations built into his X Factor for 1 AP. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the next to last bucket for his abilities, and we are going to equip an absolutely free Lurk Artist. For those that don't know, probably living under a rock, but Lurk Artist is essentially Lurker plus Pick Artist. Pick Artist means you're going to have a better chance to catch interceptions and infinite stamina on your returns until you're contacted by an offensive player trying to tackle you. So that's going to help you not slow down as you run back the other direction. Lurker is going to help you jump up much higher in the air to get those interceptions. So this allows you to stay underneath guarding those drags, but also still be able to jump up high enough to pick off throws at that second level of the defense. Or maybe if you're guarding, you know, something shallow in the flat and you want to lurk up to a corner route, that's going to help you jump higher in the flat. Arguably the best in the game. Make sure that this is equipped. And of course, the final thing you're going to want to do when you do this is go into your final bucket and equip that ×3 Super Bowl chemistry. That's going to give you a ×5 on this card alone. But if you could take a quick second, make sure you guys are subscribed to the Zan Madden YouTube channel, hit that notification bell so you're notified of all my uploads here on the channel. I upload Monday through Friday in the morning with shorts in the afternoon. And I'll be working on some gameplay commentaries to throw out to you guys as well on top of all that content. If you guys are wanting more, head over to my strategy website, gridirongameplans.gg. We'll talk about more of that here shortly. We're going to be taking a look at the nickel over here in this particular breakdown, and this is going to kind of mimic my big nickel over G defense, which you guys can find over on Gridiron in my Chiefs defensive game plan. We are going to make sure that Chuck Howley is actually playing the right of screen linebacker. So I'm going to sub him into this spot because we're going to use a package that's going to change the adjustments for this position on the field. Now, with the other linebacker position, it's totally up to you. I would make sure that you guys have a Lurk Artist at this spot. Kind of up to you who you want to use. I like Mr. Monday Nights, aka card, but there are quite a few of them in the game that are really good for this. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the package that we're going to use. I want you guys to now flick the right analog stick to the left a few times until you see strong safety linebacker swap. Now, because I already put Chuck Howley in at this right position, what the game is trying to do is sub in a safety at this linebacker spot, which it basically turns the defense from nickel into dime personnel, but we're going to keep it as nickel personnel. The adjustments that are afforded to this linebacker are going to mimic those of a safety, basically the 3 safety rule in the big nickel over G. So if I were to come out in the big nickel over G, you see Cam Chancellor, who we talked about the other day, in my nickel slot, even though he's a stock safety in this formation. Because the game knows he's a safety, you see that he's got those unique adjustments of outside thirds left and right, deep halves left and right, middle thirds, man, mid read, and blitz. So that's what the third safety on the field is going to get in those formations where the game thinks that he is a safety. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back into that strong safety linebacker swap package. And I want you guys to take a look here at this particular breakdown here. So now with this bunch formation, keep in mind that our slot corner is still a slot corner. So not a safety, he gets regular slot corner adjustments. This is going to be nice for the purpose of putting him in vertical hooks, manning him up individually on players, maybe putting him in the zone drop purple, or, you know, any other adjustment you might like. But again, remember this Chuck Howley that we have here with his universal coverage, the game thinks he's a safety. So if you take a look at those hot route adjustments on him, lo and behold, he's got middle third, outside thirds, left and right, deep halves, left and right, mid read, blitz, and man coverage. Now, what's great about this is we can put him from this linebacker position into that outside third, which is an adjustment that hardly anybody ever expects. In fact, a lot of players will look at the safety to kind of see that he's the one playing the outside third, and you don't have to rotate your coverage that way. This is one of my big setups that I like to run when I run my over G defense, but we're modifying it from the nickel over with this unique setup. Now let's get into the part where he gets the crazy break on ball. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just set up a street corner combo with the flat to the backside. And I'm going to hold off my pass rush just for the purpose of this video. I've got a couple glowing X factors here on the D line, but I want you to watch how the universal coverage reacts when I go to throw this. And you see how he breaks on the throw and he can make that knockout animation because of that ability. So again, you watch here, he's floating out over the top of the bunch in this outside third. He's pulled by the streak to the seam, but when this ball comes out, he's going to break immediately on the corner, and his universal coverage can cause those knockout animations. Right here, he gets his hands on the ball, but a knockout would occur regardless. Now, let's say that your opponent's really good and they know what they're doing and they know how to get corner routes open regardless. This is where this ability is so good, because what we could do is just individually man him up on that particular player. And then this is basically going to work like one step ahead. So unless they have a route running ability such as route tech on their receiver, they're not going to get a win on their animation. In fact, you're going to see that he's just going to stay on it. You see that he lit up, and then this is going to allow you to be able to get those animations where you can still stay in a position to, you know, make a pick artist animation or whatever. This is also really good because a lot of players like to run post routes and things like that from their formation, and you know, you can just use this one step ahead component of this ability to cut off the separation over the middle. So if we have something like this, you see, bang, he's going to be in that hip pocket. We go to throw it and boom, that's going to be an interception. And if you face someone who has a good free form and they try to throw him open, bare minimum, you're getting a KO from behind on this as well. So basically this is a linebacker item that can do anything. He can get flat zone KOs, mid zone KOs, deep in, deep out KOs. He's got one step ahead, medium route, short route, and deep route KO for being able to stop individual players in man coverage. A lot of players like to run zone and then man up players individually. This Chuck Howley card, basically for the price of $195 overall item in your binder, is going to end up being such a valuable tool for you. I say free because it was given to us for free. Again, I do think it's a little shady that EA made us have to go out and spend $600K to upgrade a free card that, you know, otherwise we would have been able to just upgrade through the field pass. I don't think that's what promos should be about when it comes to the free content they allow us to engage with, but I understand. But this is a much more cost-effective version of the item I broke down the other day, albeit it doesn't come with the unstoppable force pass rush, but most of you guys want to get stops and coverage anyways, so that'll do it for today's video. If you guys liked it, again, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If you guys want to find the best ways to run Chuck Howley in defense in Madden, head over to my strategy website, gridirongameplans.gg. Check out my over G game plan where I'm going to show you guys all the coverage shells. It's going to get kind of crazy when you utilize that item in this fashion, I promise you. Otherwise, go ahead and throw them in some of the other videos I've I've broken down already here on the channel for free, check those out. I'll see you guys later this afternoon or tomorrow with our next video upload. Until then, this is Ann. Get in the lab and good luck.